Hey, Joe here. Thanks for visiting Road Trip Joe. And thank you for being my patron. I am still here in New York. And yes, it's still raining. And yes, the dog still wants to go for a walk. But it's raining outside. It's going to stop here in a little bit. We'll get back out there, Pearl. Don't worry. I've been sitting here wanting to make a video about something. I don't know what. I don't have my camera. I don't have my edit station. I have nothing. I brought some materials with me. I always have a lot of projects in the bins. So this could be the worst video I've ever made in my life. Could be the best video I've ever made in my life. But just because I don't have stuff, my camera and my workstation, that's not going to stop me. You know what I do have? I've got my selfie stick, I got my cell phone, I got my laptop right here. There's my laptop. I got everything I need to make a video. And if it comes out really bad, then I apologize. And you're not getting your $2 back. Now, I've had a lot of you tell me that I remind you of Huell Howser. That's incredible. I am not Huell Howser. Now, I know a lot of you have no idea who Huell Howser was, and I say was because he passed away a few years ago. My friends in California or anybody that spent some time there, I can pretty much say with confidence all of you know who Huell Howser was. Now, when some of you compare me to Huell Howser, I cannot tell you how much of a compliment that is. Huell Howser was California's gold.
Hi, I'm Huell Howser. Hi, I'm Huell Howser. Hi, everybody, I'm Huell Howser. Well, hello, everybody, I'm Huell Howser. Well, hello, everybody, I'm Huell Howser, and here we are on this absolutely beautiful morning, standing right on the side of busy Interstate 15, just a few miles from the Nevada state line.
Okay, so who was Huell Howser? Huell was a television personality who produced a lot of different shows here in California. One was Road Trip with Huell Howser, but he's probably best known for his California's Gold show, which he created and produced for KCET, which is a PBS station in Los Angeles. For almost 3 decades, he was a television staple in California. Huell was born in Tennessee in 1945, and his name was derived from the combination of his father's and mother's name. They call it portmanteau, which is a term I was unfamiliar with until I started to research Huell, but it's a combination of names, which in this case was his parents, Harold and Jewel, and they took those 2 names and made Huell. Kind of like how they create the word smog, which is a combination of smoke and fog. Learn something new every day, I say. Huell did a stint in the Marines, went to the University of Tennessee, got a degree in history, and served as the student body president. He also worked on the staff of Senator Howard Baker when he was in office. Huell went to New York and was the host of the show Real Life for WCBS. Then he made his way to California, and that's where he became a star. Now, I've seen and worked with lots of on-screen television personalities, but I have to say this guy was one of the best I've ever seen. He was pure energy. It was just Huell, a cameraman, and a microphone, and for almost 30 years he traveled all over the state to way out of the way places to bring his audience interesting stories about California. His stories were about people, places, culture, and history, and he did it totally unscripted usually, which I can tell you from experience takes talent. I am definitely not in this guy's league. To me, Huell was amazing, and when I first moved out to California, I immediately picked up on his show and probably learned more about the state from this guy than I ever would have from reading about it or maybe even visiting some of the places he went to. I think what I really loved about his shows is that he was totally ad-lib and would just walk up to somebody, whether they were walking on the street or even driving a car, and start a conversation. It was from the locals that you learned about the local history. And that happened to be wherever he was. The guy was just a huge personality. And I can't remember one episode that I watched where he didn't say, "Wow, that's amazing," at least once. And I just loved it. I found myself saying that a lot without even realizing it. Wow, that's amazing. Maybe that's a Southern thing, although I'm not really from the South. I just ended up living there. But Huell was just a natural to me. And it wasn't just me he impressed. The creator of The Simpsons, Matt Groening, loved him too and actually put him in a couple of The Simpsons episodes.
Hello everybody, welcome to Under the Wrapper, where I, Huell Howser,
Howser apply the art of detection to your favorite confections. Now here's some opening titles to sweeten the deal. Hey! Ah! Wow! Now we've seen how cookies crumble and soda gets its pop, so let's take a close-up look at America's favorite drop, the gumdrop.
Every gumdrop is made of a succulent substance called gelatin.
Amazing!
Gelatin comes from the skin, bones, and hooves of only the sickest horses.
That's amazing!
Change it!
In all, Huell produced over 2,000 episodes of California's Gold and his road trip shows. Although he lived in LA most of the time, he was also a resident of Palm Springs, who honored him with a star on their Walk of Fame Boulevard. I also remember when a short announcement came out that Huell was retiring and wouldn't be making any more shows. That was in November 2012, and I just had a bad feeling about it because he would just seem to be one of those guys that just loved what he was doing and would never retire.
I'm never going to retire. I have this vision of someday standing there and ending one of the programs by saying, I'm Huell Howser, and I want to thank everybody for joining me on this adventure, and I'll see you next time as we continue our search together for California's gold. And then I'm just going to fall over dead in a sand dune right there, and the credits, the camera will keep rolling, and the credits will be the sand blowing over my dead body, and people at home will turn to each other and go, well, I guess that's Huell's last show.
Sadly, 3 months after his retirement announcement, Huell passed away in Palm Springs in January 2013. Seems he'd been fighting cancer for a few years and just wanted to spend the time he had left in Palm Springs. No service, no memorial. He just had his ashes spread around California, which is probably what I'm going to do. He donated his shows to Chapman University, and you can still watch them today on YouTube or through their archives. KCET has a map up on their website still that shows all the places Huell visited over the years. The guy got around. Huell left a treasure chest of California's history for everyone to see. Huell Howser was an amazing, bigger-than-life television personality, and to be compared to him is more than just a compliment to me. It's an honor. Like me, he wasn't born or raised here, but you could tell from his shows he would never leave. He was home.
I think the wonder of California, the beauty of California, the lesson of California is that it has taken in someone like me who, when I came here in 1981, didn't know a single person in this state, didn't know where Chino or Chico or Redding or El Cajon, I didn't know where any of these places were. It has taken a guy like me from Tennessee with an accent like mine and made me a Californian, a full-fledged Californian, not a part of a Californian, not a tentative Californian, but a Californian that has been fully embraced. Over the years, I can't tell you the number of days we get through shooting all day and we're in the car and we're heading home through different parts of California, and it's getting about sunset, and we'll just pull over to the side of the road and stand out by the car and look out over the scenic view and watch the sunset and just quietly kind of take a deep breath and realize what a wonderful life this has been and is, and how wonderful it is that I've been able to do something for a living that gives me this much personal satisfaction.
I couldn't have said it better myself, Huell. That's all I got.
We're finding clams. that you could find them with your feet.
can't-
People used to look for them with their feet.
If they didn't have any type of implement with them,
But
that's
how
what
could
they
your
do.
feet get?
Oh, they just down here.
Wait a minute.
Oh, get out of
It's a
here!
clam.
Come on.
Look. What is that?
It's a clam.
Let's get it out of here. Look at this. I found one with my feet. Look at this.
Good find.
The heck with those forks.
Maybe we better
I'm just
check
gonna
your
go
fishing
around.
license though.
We don't have a license.
We don't, do we?
I'm
Well,
supposed to have a license, aren't I?
that was just an incidental find then, wasn't it?
Look at this.